Hey everybody! Today I am going to do my foundation slash whole face routine video. So I know this is scary. This is me with no makeup. And I've seen a lot of people do this video before, and I always kind of wish I could see a picture of what they looked like with no makeup on and then what they look like with all of their face makeup on. So I'm going to do that for you at the end of the video. So what I have already done is I got out of the shower, and first thing I did was I put on my moisturizer, and I used Dermalogica's Active Moist Moisturizer. And to give that time to kind of set in, I went and put my products in my hair, a moisturizer to my lips so it can sit there the whole time I'm doing my face, and I'll have some nice moisturized lips by the time I get to lipstick later on. And what I use is Vaseline. It's my favorite moisturizer for lips, and this is the little tiny tub you can find in like the travel section that has all like the mini items for travel, like at Target or Walmart or any place like that. So $1 Vaseline, it'll last you forever, and in my opinion it's the best lip moisturizer around. Then grab my primer, and what I'm using is Avon Magic's Skin Perfector. It has SPF 20. You can find this on avon.com, or if you know an Avon representative, get it through them for 10 bucks. So I'm gonna squeeze out about this much onto my finger and spread it out among my fingers and kind of pat it around. Make sure I get that everywhere, especially in the T-zone area. And the next thing I go for is concealer. I know a lot of people on YouTube like to apply their foundation and then their concealer, but I don't. I prefer to put on concealer first, because I feel that you choose a concealer lighter than your skin oftentimes, and then so you're going to have a lighter color under your eyes, and then I like to put the foundation on top to kind of blend that out so it's not obvious what you've done to conceal there. And what I'm using right now is Lorac's Double Feature Concealer. It's $24, and you can find it at Ulta or Sephora. What I do is I put that in the inner corner, underneath, and then kind of dot it out. Underneath, dot it out. To pat it in with my ring finger, I feel like that is more gentle, and it's just quicker for me. It's just more natural for me to use my fingers on these. So I'm gonna go for foundation. My newest foundation is Smashbox High Definition Healthy FX Foundation, and it has SPF 15, and that's what I'm gonna use today. It's a pretty light coverage foundation. When I got it, I expected it to be a little more, but that's okay. I don't really have many blemishes to conceal or anything, so it's alright with me. So I kind of just use one pump. I squirt it directly on the brush. I'm using e.l.f.'s Angled Foundation Brush. You can get this at eyeslipsface.com for $3. And I like to first dot the foundation all over the face, so we make sure before we start blending it out that we have enough, and that we have enough to distribute it evenly on all the areas of our face we definitely want to cover. So first I dot it out like that. Don't forget to do the eyelids and under the eye area as well. So that first, and then I just do back and forth motions with this brush, just the tips of the brush, pretty light, but just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth all over the face. Make sure we get around the nose where we get red sometimes, right around here. Blend out on top of the eyes. Make sure, now I have a darker forehead than the rest of my face also, so that's another thing I like to try to fix with my foundation. So everybody needs to make sure you blend your foundation into your hairline, but I would say I especially do, because my forehead is darker than the rest of my face, and I don't want to look like I'm wearing a mask or trying to make myself look whiter than I am, because I'm not. And then also an important part is to blend this under your jawbone. You can also look like you're wearing a mask there. I mostly have that happen around the hairline, but some people have that happen along the jawline more. So it's important to blend that down there. So once you're satisfied with that, you can go on to the next step. If you want, you could let this dry and apply another coat to give yourself more of a medium coverage, where this is a pretty light coverage. So I'm satisfied with how this looks right now. So generally in my routine I would go on to the eyes now, but for the sake of this video I'll go ahead and do the blush and bronzer and powder and all those things. But in my opinion, I like to see how my eyes turn out, how dark they are or how subtle they are before I choose a blush and a bronzer and things like that, because I think it really completes the whole look, and I don't know what I want to use really until I'm done with my eyes. But for the sake of doing a face video, I'll probably show you the most likely things I would go for here. So for blush, a lot of times I use NARS Super Orgasm blush. It's out of town right now. Don't have it with me. Another one I often go for is this one, and it's Revlon, and it's in Rose Rapture, and I found this at Big Lot. So I'm going to go ahead and use my e.l.f. powder brush, flat top, $3 on eyeslipsface.com, and swirl it in here, and then you can see what I've got here. I'm going to tap off the excess and start by doing circular motions on the apple of my cheek and then bringing it up here to the side on the temple. And then I do that a few more times to make sure that I really get this blended out. Okay, now I'm going to do that again, tap off the excess, and do this on the other side. Everybody makes weird faces when they do their blush, so excuse mine, please. This gives a really natural flushed look to the cheeks. The next step is adding some sort of a bronzer or a highlight. I also found this at Big Lots for $3.50. It's Revlon's Bare Bronze Face Powder, and has a kind of a leaf pattern in here, and it's really nice. It's just about a shade lighter than my skin tone, and then has some golden flecks throughout it, so it's a nice highlight. So with this same brush, I'm gonna very lightly swirl it in there, blow off a little excess, and put that on the very tops of my cheeks. A little down the center of the nose, right across the middle of the forehead, and the chin, just because those are the places that the sun would naturally hit if you were just getting a little bronzed outside the natural way. So there's that. Then my last step is going to be a setting powder to set this whole look and keep it from melting off during the day or wearing off, and I'm going to use my very favorite new product that I have, and it is Makeup Forever's HD High Definition Powder. Awesome! So I'm going to open that up, tap some into the lid. This is e.l.f.'s complexion brush. It is $3 on eyeslipsface.com. So once I swirl my brush in the cap here to get it out, you can see how light it is. You can probably see it dusting out of there right now. So then it's in there, and I like to just do a very light cover everywhere I want to get to make sure that I actually get it all over my face first. And then after I think I've got it, then I like to start blending. So then in circular motions, I just go all over the face and make sure your face looks smooth and flawless, and man, I've never had a powder that makes your face feel this soft. Immediately, your face just feels so silky smooth. So this is my face routine, and I will include a picture of before I did face makeup and after I did face makeup. So thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. I just got done filming my face tutorial and turned around and saw my own little personal audience, so I wanted to show you that. So here we have little Maya sleeping on the bed. She was watching the whole time I did the face tutorial. And then she decided to go to sleep once the action was over. So there's my little doll, my baby Maya, watching me do my makeup like she does every day.